Hello, everybody. It's time for another sketchbook tour. This one does not have a cool musical attached to it, but at the bar, this came out. It's okay not to be okay. Made me very happy, and then apparently touched one of my friends, and it made her very happy. So there you go. Is that happy? Oh, you see, no, it's kind of a sad image. All my sketchbooks like this all have sketches on the front. It's all this kind of canvas, and I have no idea why, but I just started doing faces and stuff on the fronts of them. I guess we'll just start at the beginning. For a little while, I'm not quite sure why. Again, I started a lot of my sketchbooks with apes, and so they just make me happy. I say good day, sir. That's what I say. Studies. These are all just studies using. I think these are the parallel pen, and especially at that time, I was really trying to play with their ink, which is not waterproof. And so I was really having a good time with the water brushes. And honestly, this time I was still doing my coffee sketches in the morning, so I would be dipping coffee, or dipping my brush in my coffee, and then still doing washes, which is just for for everybody out there who wants to see what it looks like upright. So sometimes 2 pages. And look, it was obviously over another drawing that I didn't get 2 shits about. So that's about it. A lot of this looks like it was just like gibberish, and so then I just found a good study. This was a really fun model. She was actually one of my assistants. No, this was not one of my assistants for a little while, but this was a really good model that I worked with a good amount and did a few paintings. This is, again, coffee and parallel pen ink, and then just playing around with water and messing around. This is this and a couple of other pieces were studies for these. I wanted to do intimate abstract scenes, so I didn't use reference for this stuff. I was really just I started making random marks. Things like this just started coming out, so I was like, oh, apparently that's where my mindset is at the moment. And so then I really started playing around with, I would love to still use these for studies for larger paintings, but you see it's a sketchbook, so literally I think then I have like a list of movies over here. Oh, I guess they're all like Robin Williams movies. I have no idea why, but yeah, there's that. I'm assuming, let me see, 2314. Yeah, this is my daughter, Rhea, when she was born. That really sharp, pretty blue that's just coming through there is one of the parallel pens inks called, I want to say it's either blue black, or this was actually just straight blue. And it inks really dark, but when you hit that water to it, it just brightens up and just shoots through. And I kind of used it as an underpainting, and then built on top of it. And it just, the way it came through the other paint was just pretty cool. I was doing a lot of painting studies in this sketchbook. That's kind of cool. Like, this is, doing the tours has really inspired me to go back and start like morning coffees, because it's such, these were all done in the morning, or a few were done drinking draws. But for the most part, mornings, it was just, it's a great contemplative time of day. This was done with a few gouaches, as well as the parallel pen. Again, we got some, this is another study for the kind of, I say intimacy, but I wanted to do something really much more physical than that, more I don't know, less pretty, or just some sex, but like these kind of abstract moments of it. Studies. Yeah, that's funny. Like, there's no everything. So much of the work I do right now is I do studies and stuff for a project, but there was no rhyme or reason for these. I didn't do future paintings of them or anything like that. This is just either sketching around and screwing around, or doing, you know, watercolor washes. And here we have a lot of pastel. I love pulling out a lot of the color pencil and pastels at the end of a painting, because then you can just really hit in certain little cool elements you can't get with paintbrushes. And I love mixed media. I love any time that you can mix media on a piece. This is again right when my daughter was born, and my wife would come to my studio in Hollywood at the time and drop her off when she was going to go do an audition. And a lot of times she was sleeping in her little crate, or her little whatever the carrier is, and she would sit her down. And I was so nervous I wouldn't get any work done. I would just sit there and stare at her. I just didn't know what to do, but I knew I was going to do something if she moved at all. And the only time I really broke from that, well, no, because I was still staring at her even more. So I just started doing live drawings, and again with coffee. I just did a couple of live drawings of her while she slept. More of an abstract, not abstract, more of an expressive portrait of my father with the stash. I would love to do a comic book this way. I would love so much to do a comic book in this style. The freedom would be absurd, and okay, saying it so loud like that, now I need to pursue a project. All right, there we go. Less successful. I believe this was actually, this might have been drawn out of my head, but if it was or wasn't, like, it was easily inspired by the painter, Jack Levine. I was definitely, you know, I rock that guy's stuff. I love him. And I know I was, you know, but there's something physical. I was like, I know I drew him at some point, so I'm just not sure if this was the drawing or not. And then you can see the parallel pen drawings underneath when you use the non-waterproofing, it's always going to bleed through. And so it's kind of fun because you get these kind of weird ghost images when you start putting paint over them. Oh no, there he is. The other guy I must have just liked for, you know, anyway. This is, yeah, Jack Levine. Oh my God. What a madman. What a fucking incredible painter. And then I forget where these quotes are from the side. You get someone you just can't stand at. Where are these? Anyway, those are, Bukowski quotes. And then Jack Levine with the parallel pen. Just love working like that. This is just something that I'm going to cover because I'm not quite sure if this is a poem or whatever that is. Just a mixed media piece. I know it started of my wife, but then as a drawing, and then inevitably this just got painted and overworked until you get this kind of, I guess, just interesting, I don't know, there it is. Let me see. I always used to describe where I was drawing the promenade in 2014. I drew this homeless man who was sleeping on a bench. The nice part with those guys, you know, is that they're asleep. So wait, did I just put? How did I do this? Okay. There we go. But parallel pen, and it's all parallel pen and whiteout. Again, on top of a drawing that I guess wasn't working. Here's another one. Doodles. I'm assuming this is either just a photo off the internet or somebody sitting at the coffee shop I was at. Wait. That might, I say that now and I'm like, I don't know, there's similarities. It might be an attempt at drawing one of my grandfathers, but I'm not sure. Because it's got his features, but like, there's Mike Huddleston jumping in on my sketchbook. There's Dave Crosland jumping in on my sketchbook. There's me screwing around on my sketchbook. And here's Jim Mafu breaking in on my sketchbook. And here's me coming back on my sketchbook. Like, that's enough, guys. Time to paint. So I don't know how well the video is going to do of this, but the yeah, I'm proud of that one. That one actually, I think that's a cool face. More studies, just always drawing. So these were definitely, oh, this was from photo reference. So I was doing this study for a larger piece. This looks like a backpack, so I'm thinking that was probably some live drawing someplace along potentially with this, which is features of my wife. So I'm sure we were just somewhere, little baby hands. So sometimes it's just drawing little elements of life in that moment when you're doing something. It doesn't have to be a finished picture. Like, it really, your sketchbooks are just a record of where you're at a certain moment, and it's nice to just record that stuff. I like that some of the drawings look cool, but like, it's not the intent. The intent is just to really kind of record a thing. Record like attempts, experimentation, studies, you know, and record just moments in your own life, you know, because I'm not a huge diary writer, but I used to be a huge sketchbook guy, and I need to get back to that now. This has kind of shown me that. Just playing around. Like, I doubt this was with reference. It's just, you know, but this was probably looking at life, and this was probably from life, somebody doing their thing. And then there you go. There's a weird ass drawing at the end. I don't think there's anything. There's nothing at the end other than coffee stains and grit. Like, these canvases are like, they're terrible. Or I mean, they're so filthy. That's it. Thanks for joining me for another sketchbook tour, and there are plenty more ahead. Cheers.